Hey guys, and welcome back to another video in my COMC tutorial series. Today we're going to be going over how to grade cards with COMC. First thing you should know is you do need to have a balance in your account to grade cards. So unlike some of the grading companies, which I believe PSA, you get charged after you submit an item and it gets graded. You need to have your balance here first. That is one thing to know with COMC. But we're going to send in some items to PSA, SGC, as well as CGC. We'll also have a follow-up a little bit later. Just curious how these grades go across the board. I'm going to send in some modern cards and I'm going to send in some vintage cards. So that way we can take a look at that. The first thing you should do is kind of identify items that you want to get graded. So I'm just going to go into my inventory manager over here. And I do apologize for not everything being organized right away. Reason is I buy a lot of cards on here, and some of the stuff I think about getting graded in the future and just haven't had a chance to price it. For sure, this is one of the cards I do want to grade, and this is a comedic duo called Laurel and Hardy. Actually, their first card is in that 1931 Wills set, and it used to be worth just slightly less than the Walt Disney. Now, obviously, it should have never been that case. Walt Disney should have been much more popular, but these were huge stars back in the day. And this is a tough card of theirs to get. And I do know PSA grades this set, so I want to send this card into PSA. So we're going to go through that. Now, typically I send most of my vintage to SGC, but there are a few PSA comps on this card that make it really nice. So you can see I bought this card actually yesterday. I'm recording 5/16, but I paid $20 for this card. I did know a PSA 1 of this has sold for $100. So I figured if you get it slabbed up, if it gets more than a 1, awesome. If it gets a 1, I don't really care too much. You can see it looks like there's some sort of damage here on the back, but it looks pretty nice overall. So we'll see how this ends up grading overall in another future video, which will be part 2. But here's what we're going to do. So first, we've identified this card that we want to grade. We're going to go over here to actions, and we're going to say submit for grading. So then you get a pop-up over here. Now, there's a few different ways that you could get cards graded. You could do a pre-grading service. You could send a PSA, right, CGC or SGC. I'm going to send this one to PSA. Now, I know the wait times are incredibly long for PSA. The wait times are also long for SGC right now. I haven't sent anything to CGC recently, but I'll probably send in a card or two in this video. But let's go through PSA first. So we're going to click on PSA. We're going to say declared value. The declared value I'm going to put on this one is $99. All right. And I forget the different service levels on this side of things. So let's see. So click continue. So you have a few different options, right? You have value bulk, which is $4.99 maximum, 16-week turnaround time, value plus 6-week, 75, 183, 50, 650. For this one, it's going to be value bulk at $23, right? So I'm going to click by submitting this item. You understand, you agree the following, right? So it's just going to go through there. So I'm going to be in this item for $43. Again, a PSA 1 recently sold for $99. I'm not too concerned on that side of things. Even if I sell it for $80, I'm essentially doubling my money. It's going to be tied up for a little bit, but that's fine. So use $23 in store credit to submit this item. And yeah, I think we should be good on that side of things. So I'll do that. And you'll see it's submitted to grading. So now let's go back over here. And what you can see, and actually I should have been to my dashboard, not back over there. Let's see. We'll go over here to my dashboard, and then let's look into grading submissions. So and this will show all of your grading submissions. You'll have to manually check how these go, right? And you can see on this side of things, estimated on this side of things, I'll come back 9/5/2025. So this will be a video way later on in the channel when this is graded. And then you'll see this in progress. Now, these are some of the past results that I've gotten on the platform. I'll show you these as well. And then, yeah, we'll go through that. So past results, right? So first, this was a pre-grade one. This is actually a card I regret selling. This is such a nice card. I should have kept it, but there is that side of things. I graded Billy Williams with CGC for $13. I thought it was a pretty nice buy on that side of things. Great grading cost. Abraham Lincoln, I got this graded by PSA. It came back as a 2. And we'll go into the other page over here. What are some other big ones? This Joe Cronin was a huge one. Got this coming back as a 4. T206, I got this coming back as a 4 as well. This Frank Thomas came here as a 10. Phil Rizzuto came in here as a 6. This Max Scherzer came around as a 9. And then these are tough because you can't tell the surface on these, but this came back a 3. I was really hoping for like a 4 or 5. Probably broke even once this card sells. I actually hasn't sold yet. This Scherzer I don't believe has sold either. We'll take a look at that. I sold these Mickey Mantles and then this Rembrandt. I was really hoping it was going to get a 4+ because I have a 3 in my PC. I thought I had a chance, and you can see it looks pretty nice, but I'll still make some money on that card as well. So that's the first one, right? So let me go back into my dashboard, or not my dashboard, but my inventory manager. And let's take a look at getting something graded with maybe SGC. So you can see that card is now gone on here. It is no longer in my inventory because it is currently being graded. What I'm gonna do really quick is just price this card so it gets out of the way. And I'm gonna go the cards without prices because these are typically cards I'm thinking about getting graded. So I actually do want to get these Garrett Coles graded, possibly. I didn't take a look at them too closely yet, but you can see this is pretty nice across the board. It does have an autograph associated with it as well. So I'll show you this here at the end. And then you have this gold over here. It might have a soft corner over here. I can't fully tell. It might. So maybe iffy on getting that graded. But I bought into it for $69. All right, I wanted to get one of these 2 Shakespeare's graded by SGC. Same with this Robert Shaw. So let's take a look which Shakespeare I was going to get graded. So this is the first one over here. Looks pretty nice on the corner side of things. The back looks pretty good as well. And let's take a look at this one. This one I was probably not going to get graded. We'll look at what some SGC copies look like on this one. But this was the one I wanted to get graded because I think it looks relatively nice. I think this could pull a 4. I want to say a 4 Shakespeare is probably like a $50 or $60 card. So let me just confirm it's this top one. Yep, it's this top one. So what we're going to do is go over here to actions. Again, submit for grading. We are going to choose SGC this time. Declared value. Let's just put in a value of, I don't know, it doesn't matter. $60. But all it talks about declared value for insurance purposes, that's fine, right? So we're going to click continue. It's $16 to get this card graded by SGC, which again, I don't mind that. So we're going to click by submitting this, you agree. Yep, that is fine. And then use $16 to submit this item. So click that over here. And this Shakespeare will be at SGC. So I am going to show you again. If we go back into my dashboard and yeah, we go over here to grading submissions. And you can see now we have Shakespeare, and on this side of things, right, it's at SGC. So maybe we'll look at also getting one graded by CGC. What's going to be a good one on that side of things? We'll take a look at that in a minute. This Robert Shaw, I also wanted to get graded by SGC. Now it is off-centered quite a bit here on the back, but I do believe these do pretty well. And I'm just going to check 130 point really quick. I use a few different places for comps, but I do believe one of these sold. I'm just going to put 1976 Robert Shaw. I want to say it was recently. Or maybe it was before my UK trip I saw these sell. Oh, here we go. So 1976 fans, Robert Shaw, SGC, right? So this is a 1. It sold for $40. Let's take a look at what this card looks like. See original listing. And look at that. So paper loss here on the back. Nice front. That sold for $40. So let's get this one graded because, again, $16 we're into this for 25. A nice little flip on that side of things. I think if I was going to keep one of these for my PC, I'd want a little bit nicer condition. And Robert Shaw, I believe, was from Jaws, if I remember correctly. So let's get that graded. So actions, we're going to say submit for grading. Again, we'll go through SGC. Declared value, I'm just going to put $50. Right, continue, $16 by submitting. Yep, that's fine. Use $16 to submit this item. So now Robert Shaw is going to be here at on that side of things for SGC. And look, I have a ton of stuff as well that I might be thinking about getting graded. One thing to note is I don't believe in-person autographs can be graded as of yet. So you can see that does have a label here on that side of things. And I wonder if it can. Let me click submit for grading. And you can see that does not have the option on here. So you can just get COMC pre-grading, but you cannot get that graded otherwise. These were some cards over here that I might get graded as well. So you can see like this Edgar Allan Poe. I do think I'm probably going to send those to SGC as well. And you can see on these authors, this is the Raven here at the top. And this one has a different one here. So those are going to be some possible. I've done well with these Liebigs. I don't know if I'm getting this one graded as a 1 or not. I just have to look up some comps on that side of things. We have over here the Red Baron, which these look pretty nice. I think there's some damage here on the back though. So we'll see on that side of things. Like I have tons and tons over here. A lot of German cards that I was able to purchase from a dealer. So those might be getting graded. And also you have to double check too with some like the non-sports stuff, what companies grade stuff, because there's some that won't be graded. Here's a good card. So this is a Babe Didrikson. And I think this one might be going to PSA. Let me just double check on this side of things. So this is either PSA or SGC. I want to say PSA grades these. Let me just double check. So they have it on here. So let's just go on that side of things. I don't know if I'm going to get that SGC or PSA. And I should probably check like VCP or something. So there's a few... Is this the Liga back? It's card 43. Yeah, so I wonder if that's the same one or different back. Let's see. You can see last two sold for $100. This is the card right over here. This is going to be a card for my personal collection. It does not have the back, unless that cert does. Let's see. It's a 50-50 if it does. No back on that one. That kind of sucks. I was hoping they had the back. I forget what the Ligas look like. That's a different, those are older certs. Let me look at one last thing on here. There's a Weissmuller. I want to get the Weissmuller in that set too. I have the Pavo Nurmi in this set. I don't think I have it graded though. Nope, that page does not exist. I probably should just be using VCP, to be honest. Holland Wills is a tennis player as well. But this is the type of research that I want to do. I already know that is worth getting graded, but we have the cert. That cert back isn't going to be there, is it? Either way, right? This is going to get... Oh, it is a Liga. You can see Liga down over here. This is probably a 1 or 2. It depends how PSA grades these with the stains. I assume that this is going to be a 1. Again, that's fine. A 2 selling for $100. If I get this one, graded for 43. But at the same time, like, this might go to SGC because I do like these. And I'd like the SGC slabs. Let's send this to SGC. So we're going to say actions, submit for grading. We're going to send this one to SGC. And we'll say declared value $80. Continue. Use store credit. So this is going to be graded at SGC. Let's go through a few others as well. All right. So this is the other Nurmi I was talking about. You can see this is a cleaner copy. It's a Liga right over there. It was just covered on the COMC label. All right. So there's another Pujols. This was something I was thinking about getting graded. These Iron Man, I just have to price them out. Those aren't getting graded. I have a lot of stuff I have to price out that are still in here. There was a dual auto from like 2001 or 2002 Topps on to get graded. But let's see this 1938 Liebig of the Titanic. So there's some corner issues on here. This looks like a 225. So let me see what these are going for. I'm just going to search 1938 Titanic. 38 Titanic. Let's see if the numbers make sense to get this one graded. Or it's going to be Liebig Titanic. There's none on here right now. Let's put Liebig Titanic. That was a steal at $16. So there's none on there. I might have to do some more research on historical comps. Where's the other ones? I'll have to look for it. But essentially, like, that's kind of the process. What I'll do is I'll come back at the end of the video and kind of show you guys all the different cards that I got graded. Oh, here's one that a lot of people asked for me to get this graded by PSA a while ago. So this is a refractor, like an early refractor of Jackie Robinson. So this is from 2000 or 2001. So you can see 2001 tops through the year reprint refractors. Let's look this up. I want to look at two things. We'll look at 130 point really quick, and then we'll look at PSA's website on these. So we'll go to PSA on here as well. Why is their PSA not shown on there? Either way, let's see if any of these have sold. You can see like some of these are pricey. Cal Ripken in a 7.5 did $25. Wow. Wow. 3 years. I'm gonna just look this up over here, PSA. This might be it. Oh no, this is Topps Chrome. Here he is. Topps Chrome through the years. So let's just look at this. Again, I'll show you everything I get graded here at the very end. We'll also get something graded by CGC. So here's the Jackie. I don't think there's a lot of these that are graded. So no refractors are actually graded, it looks like, through the years, because you can see it says refractor. And it's just saying that there's none graded, which is good and bad. But this is number 5, right? This lines up. Jackie Robinson, no refractors. So I'm curious what like the base goes for on here. And you can see that there's a base on this side of things. Yeah, it's over $12. But like, that still seems like a steal. I would buy this all day for $12. But again, it's 2018. So there's none that are graded. It's tough to tell on this. But I feel it's an early Jackie refractor. It has the 50 years of chrome on this side of things. So like so far, I'm thinking about grading this. What other thing we'll look at is some other players in the set, if they've sold refractors graded. So they have a Bob Gibson refractor, and Jackie Whale sells Bob Gibson. Mark McGwire refractor. Ken Griffey Jr. would be a pretty close comparison. Obviously, this is during Ken Griffey Jr.'s playing days. Derek Jeter might be a decent comparison as well. Chipper could be decent. So let's just see what some of these look like. Bob Gibson, when did that sell? 2018. You can't use that comp. Mark McGwire, look, a PSA 9 of McGwire sold in 2024 for $70. So far, I'm leaning towards we need to get this graded. Ken Griffey Jr. in a 9 in 2024 also sold for $150. Derek Jeter, a 7 of the Jeter sold in 2021 for $40. So a Chipper Jones 7 in 2018, $20. So this is a no-brainer, right? The card looks pretty nice on this side of things. I don't see any huge scratches on this. It's a decent picture. This has to be graded. So what we'll do is go to actions. We'll submit for grading. On this side of things, we'll go through PSA. Again, set your value. I'm going to just set a value at $80. Continue. We use the $23. It's going to take forever, but that's fine. And then we're going to use the 23 on this side of things. All right, so there is that side. Okay, now I want to try getting an autograph graded. So maybe we'll look at the other one. It's a 1952 autograph, I want to say. So 1952. And I think this was another card I was going to get graded. This goofy. This might be a CGC card. It is not on here. Was it Johnny Mize that had the autograph on here? Was this Bobby Thompson something also I was thinking? No, I was not going to get that graded. I add that to the site. I added that, never priced it. This goofy might be something I get graded. I'm thinking about it. It's an interesting one. Oh, there's a Pinocchio on here too. Those Pinocchios could do decent. I got to research this set more. I'm not too familiar with it. But that type of stuff is good for CGC. All right, so what I wanted to do is look up the Johnny Mize. There's two players on that. It wasn't, or was it Mize? It was a 1952 World Series MVP. Maybe it was a World Series. Hold on. I'm gonna search this. It's been a while since I've looked at it. All right, it's not in there. It's a 2000. It's one of the first years. No, not 2000. I don't think I got it shipped home. 2001. No. Maybe I got it shipped home. Oh, here we go. It was Rizzuto, not Mize. I was thinking there was a Hall of Famer in there from the 52 set. So check this one out. And I bought this one to get graded, and I spent a lot of money, $250. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this card yet. If it's like gonna end up in the PC or sell. So there's two of these. So Ebbets and Yankees, right? For the Fields, dual relic on this one. And it's numbered to 52, which is sweet, right? And then you have this one over here with the autographs. Now, the autographs aren't in the best shape, but this is numbered 225. So I think I'm going to get these ones graded. PSA service levels under 499, if I remember correctly. But let's, I want to research this again. 2002 Topps Ebbets Yankee Stadium. We're just going to search this again, because it's been a while since I bought this card, and maybe there's some other stuff on here. Nothing that is sold. So that makes it tough. I might have to check one or VCP. So let me take a look at that as well. We'll do some research really quick. But that was one of those cards that it was kind of impulsive at the moment when I bought it, because I saw it listed, and you know, sometimes you'll find stuff like that. If you don't buy it right away, you're never going to see it again. And sometimes you might have to take a loss on that type of stuff, but also you will have a monopoly. So this was what set? 2002 Topps Ebbets. So maybe just put on here Rizzuto, and I should probably just share my screen. So let's look up Rizzuto, and we're gonna go into 2002 Ebbets. Here we go. So this one over here in a 7 sold for $261. Nicer autographs. Is this numbered to 25 also? It's numbered to 25. Now, that was back in 2021. I say go for it. The other one, 2002 Topps, they don't have the other one that's graded, but let's see. But you can see that this Barra Snyder in an 8 also sold for $125. I wonder if there's any of these that are on eBay. I mean, this seems pretty cool. Let's see if there's any on eBay. I'll check 130 as well. Oh, I guess it'd be under here anyways. There's nothing on here. This was the 37 I was showing you, by the way, right here. But that sold for $99. All right, so let's look at this. Does this look okay? Like, that looks fine. I paid how much for this card? $69, $70. So I'll be into it for 93. Do I think it could sell it for more than essentially 100 and like 40, 150 bucks? I think it's doable. It's graded. I mean, you can see like there's none on here. We'll just do one more thing. I mean, these are really, really cool cards. So I feel like people would pay up for them. Nothing. I mean, you can even see Rizzuto on loan, $16 on there. But, and you can see, look at this. Matthews Maddox, that's pretty cool. That's Heritage, but that's sold for $100. Am I going to take a chance on it? I think so. So we'll do it. We'll send these in. I've had this too long in my inventory. I mean, I've literally waited, what, 9 months for this card. So let's actions submit for grading. So this is interesting. You can get PSA card and autograph grade. So that opens that up now. I don't know if I need to. Let's go look at this card again. Is this worth getting the autograph? I can't fully tell. I mean, it's a little bit of a faded autograph. I think it would get like a 9 autograph on it. I mean, is there a big price difference? Let's see how much the price difference is. So I click on that. Let's say it's declared value $250. I don't want to put $250, but I'm just going to click continue. So it's $30 if you're going to get the autographs on here versus how much is this one going to be? $23. So is it worth the $7? And we saw what? There's no comps on it. $7 was $260. And that was just that over there. I mean, that has the nicer autograph, I think. That is kind of faded. I think this would get an autograph of a 9. I don't think I'm going to do the autograph. I think we're just going to go with the thing. I'm going to jack this declared value up, though. We'll put $350. It doesn't really matter too much to me. So continue. 16-week turnaround. It's up to $4.99. Did I use the wrong move, guys? Or did I do the wrong move? Let me know. We'll still give it a chance. 3, 2, 1. No turning back. All right. And I think we're going to get this one graded also. I don't know if this one was the right move to get it graded, but we're going to get that graded. So we're going to say submit for grading. We use PSA. We'll use 150 as the declared value. Number to 52, which I think is pretty cool. Gotta take chances, right? It's gonna get graded also. So what I want to do, let's go back to my inventory manager. We'll look at some more stuff to get graded without prices. All right, this Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole is out, right? So I'm not worried about getting this back too soon. He's recovering. But just to show you, if I go to eBay, I believe they had an Inception autograph just recently sell. Just put Inception. Is it Inception, right? Yeah. Oh, it's 2013. That's why nothing showed up. Or is VCP that I was looking this up? He had some stuff sell. So check that out. $300 at SGC on this one. Crazy, crazy. I want to give this a shot. I don't know if we should go SGC or PSA. I know a lot of people like modern stuff at PSA. And then this one, I'm also debating where to send this to. So I think there was one sale. Let's look up Garrett Cole. We'll go on here. And I hope you guys like this kind of research analysis on it. So Garrett Cole, kind of just real-time numbers crunching over here. 2013. What Garrett Cole is that? Sterling. So this was the gold refractor. No sales. It's 13 sterling, right? It's 2012 sterling. See, I knew I was right. I said it was a 2012. This is probably it then. That's it. So let's take a look. Back in 2023, a 9 sold for $150. a 10 sold for 228, and then someone resold that 10. Is that the same cert? 245. 245. That's a nice flip. From 228 to 500. So I want to give this a shot. I don't think this is a 10. But I think this is worth getting graded. If it comes back a 9 or an 8. I think there's money there. And were those dual autos or no, it was just there. Do I think this could get a 10 on the autograph? It's a little streaky. Let's just get the card graded. So we'll say actions, submit for grading. Go to PSA. We'll say 150. I think it's worth the shot at 23 bucks, right? I still think there's money to be made on that. The other one though, I like that SGC comp on it. That was nice. And it's a thicker card. I want to send this one to SGC. So we'll say submit for grading. Get that to SGC. Say declared value 125. And another one, submit. All right, let's go back over here to my dashboard. You can see like this will take some time to go through everything. Again, I'll show you at the very end. But here is my grading order that we've made so far in this video, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Do like another one that's kind of a no-brainer. And that's to get those pose graded. Pose stuff moves extremely well. I might keep one of those for my PC, but they need to be graded, and there's 2 of them. So we'll say submit the grade, submit for grading. These are going to go straight to SGC. We'll say declared value on these are 50 each. 1880s Edgar Allan Poe. Use store credit. That's in there. Again, we'll go to inventory manager. We'll go to Poe. All right, so I wanted to show you another thing. Like, can you grade directly off of eBay? So I did win this auction the other day. So you can see on here, I bought this Titanic postcard. And I've gotten this card graded before, so I know 100% that I could get this graded at SGC. And you can see over here, Steamer Titanic, 1,500 lives. 1,500 is the most common version of this, but it has a clean back. This should grade pretty well. So let's give it a shot. So I'll transfer this into my account, right? Which I might talk about this in general. So mark this paid within 15 minutes, 41 credit, that's fine. Paid, okay. So now this should be in my inventory. So I'll just go over here and go into my inventory manager. And you'll see I have the Titanic over here, right? Again, same card. So what I do is go to actions, and then I'll go over here to submit for grading. And I'm gonna grade this through SGC because I've graded these before. So we'll go over here, declared value. I'm just going to put this at $99, right? Click continue on that side of things. Estimated 6 weeks. And again, we'll just go through that side of things. Use $16 to store credit, right? And this just shows you, right? I can buy directly on eBay and it goes into grading. So I haven't even touched this card. Still should do pretty well on this card itself. I think it looks nice. And yeah, so there is that side of things. And one other thing just to show you, I'm only gonna get this card graded by CGC. So I go into my inventory manager over here. I'm just gonna search Chaplin, right? So this is the card I wanna get graded by CGC over here. I'm not too familiar with this also. This might be able to be graded by SGC, but I feel like for this video, I wanted to show you guys a CGC. I wanna say this was like Norway that this card was produced, somewhere up one of the Scandinavian countries. But regardless, what I'm gonna do over here is actions, submit for grading, and let's go through CGC cards. So I'll go over here. I'll just say the value on this one is $99, continue. And you can see CGC has an 8-week turnaround for anything under $500. It's 1,018, right? Express 64, walkthrough 170. This is fine for $15, right? And use, I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Oh, I didn't click this. So I'm dumb for not clicking that. I'm like, why is it not letting me do that? All right, make sure you click that. I don't know why I didn't click that over here. But yeah, so this will be sent into CGC, and yeah, we'll click over here to submit this item. So now that it's at CGC, go back into my dashboard, right? And we go to grading submissions, and you can see also on this side of things, go back over here, the Titanic is due on 7/22. Chaplin is going to be due on the 5th, right? And none of these others have been graded as of yet, right? Just to show you a little bit earlier, I know I've recorded this a few days later, but I was waiting for an eBay auction to win, just to show you guys, like, you can even go straight into eBay, buy a card, and send it grading directly within just minutes, which is awesome, right? So we have that over here, and then we have this at CGC. So that will wrap up my first COMC grading video. If you guys want to see those results as well, I'll post it in my monthly video as they come in. So hopefully these do come in 627. That'd be nice. These 7/1 as well, right? Maybe if I know for sure these will come in those days, we could put all of that into one video. It's going to be a really nice one. These will be on the 5th. Again, hopefully a little bit earlier we get to push it up. But you never know with grading, right? It could be pushed forward. It could be pushed back. But yeah, super excited to see this haul. We'll be all more cards I'm going to send into grading as I purchase them. I'm going to keep expanding this one out. But yeah, this is the first COMC tutorial on the channel. Let me know stuff I could improve and things like that. I have a few other videos that are going to be coming out really soon, showing you guys how you could submit cards at card shows to COMC, which I highly recommend you do. Thanks again to COMC for sponsoring this video. Click the link down below if you want to start a COMC account, and I will see you guys in another video.